Wagyu beets.
Dad, are you sure you're okay eating here?
Things change in many ways from year to year, so let's take a trip back in time to explore 10 classic foods from the 1970s.
I'm back from the future.
Swanson's TV dinners.
Oh no, too much.
Dual-income households became more common in the 1970s, which meant mom had less time to cook. Swanson's TV dinners were popular in the 1950s, but they truly took off in the 70s. Swanson's TV dinners competed largely with home-cooked cuisine when they first debuted in the 1950s, and were designed with a low consumer price point in mind. However, by the 1970s, with the rising number of two-income families and single working parents, Swanson's main competition was now fast food restaurants, where cheap meals could be consumed there or taken home. During this time, American customers were becoming more aware of a wider range of other cuisines and more nuanced flavors, as well as becoming more health conscious and picky with what they were eating. TV dinners like Swanson's are more than just a quick meal. Nowadays, these meals are a nice nostalgia trip and a way to get a delicious meal on the table in a fraction of the time. They're convenient, delicious, and easy to prepare. Swanson TV dinners are an American classic that are still known to this day and bring back a tinge of childhood to those who grew up eating them. The company was founded in 1899 in Omaha, Nebraska, and found success almost immediately, bringing about a large amount of innovation over the years. Swanson's foods are especially popular with older generations, as these meals are easy to prepare. Just pop one in the microwave and dinner is served. Cool Whip.
You can't have a pie without Cool Whip.
Creamy and sweet, Cool Whip is a classic American dessert topping. Originally intended to be used as a whipping topping for salads, Cool Whip is now used for everything from birthday cake to ice cream. Spread on cereal or yogurt, drizzled on toast, or paired with fresh fruit, Cool Whip is really the perfect addition to any meal or snack. Designed as a quick substitute for whipped cream, Cool Whip is made with a modified food starch, which allows the product to be stored at room temperature.
Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
It was created in 1966 to help homemakers save time when preparing meals. Making your own whipped cream necessitated some toned triceps and a lot of time, which wasn't too appealing to the average homemaker. It was, after all, the 1970s, and food innovation was on the rise. Cool Whip solved two problems. It saved time for the home chef and for the delivery people.
Cool Whip. You're eating hair.
Unlike canned whipped cream, Cool Whip could be frozen, making it easier to store and distribute. The tub made cross-country distribution much more simple as well. Cool Whip was created without the use of milk or cream. This really helped to make the product popular nationwide, allowing everyone to save on costs and the hassle of making whipped cream from scratch. Pop Rocks.
It's like you brought back Pop Rocks.
Pop Rocks have been around since the 1960s, but they truly started to gain momentum as a mainstream candy in the 70s. This super fizzy candy was originally used as a secret ingredient in atomic cocktails, which tantalized the mouth and hit you with a billion bubbles at once. Today, Pop Rocks are most commonly found as candies in flavors like cherry, orange, and lemon. Most people enjoy them for their unique popping sensation, which can't be found in any other candy. The crystals in Pop Rocks expand in your mouth, coating your tongue and throat in electrifying bubbles. Pop Rocks are fun to eat, easy to share, and they explode with flavor when you bite into them. Although some recipes exist online, making Pop Rocks at home can be tricky. You need special equipment, and you need to follow specific production guidelines to ensure consistent quality. So if you're looking for a unique candy experience, you're better off just buying a few packages of the popular candy instead of trying to create your own science experiment. McDonald's Happy Meal.
I'll have the medieval meal.
The McDonald's Happy Meal has been a part of American culture for a long time, but it wasn't always how people see it today. In fact, it was only in 1974 that McDonald's first offered the Happy Meal as a promotional item. The history of the Happy Meal is actually quite interesting. Yolanda Fernandez de Cafollo began working with her husband in Guatemalan McDonald's restaurants in the mid-1970s. To help busy moms feed their children when dining at the McDonald's restaurants, she designed the Men Ronald, or the Ronald menu, which included a cheeseburger, a smaller order of fries, and a miniature sundae. McDonald's executives in Chicago were finally made aware of this creation, and the business entrusted product development to Bob Bernstein, which came up with the concept for the Happy Meal. Today, the Happy Meal is one of the most popular menu items at McDonald's restaurants worldwide. The Happy Meal usually includes a burger or McNuggets, a side, a drink, and of course, a toy.
And this comes with medieval meal.
The Happy Meal is the perfect option for when you're craving fast food, but don't have the time or money for a full meal. The typical Happy Meal comes with a small side and a drink, but some restaurants offer a larger portion at an extra cost. The price of the meal depends on the restaurant, but you can expect to pay a lower price than a full adult meal. Although the Happy Meal might not be the healthiest choice, it is an affordable option when you're on a budget. It started out as a simple burger with a small fry, a packet of cookies, and a toy. Although the contents have altered a little since then, everyone loves a good Happy Meal. Reese's Pieces.
20 Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces are a popular alternative to M&Ms and a favorite among peanut butter lovers. The Reese's company has a long and varied history which evolved from a lone employee of a larger brand. H.B. Reese, a Hershey Company employee, began producing candy in the basement of his house in his spare time in the early 1920s. When Reese introduced peanut butter cups as a part of a candy selection in 1928, the sweet quickly became the most popular among chocolate and peanut butter aficionados. The Hershey Company provided the chocolate coating for H.B. Reese's sweets and held close ties with him throughout his confectionery undertakings. His 6 sons took over the company in 1956, and it was subsequently sold to the Hershey Company in 1963. In September 1978, the Reese's Pieces candy was finally launched to the American market, and then launched to the Canadian market shortly after in 1980. The unique candy was generating new fans by the end of the 1970s, and many giving rave reviews of this new product. With the 1982 release of the movie E.T. the Extraterrestrial, in which the candy is featured, the then relatively new product exploded in popularity. Reese's Pieces are, of course, a product extension of Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. They were created to capitalize off the success of the chocolate-covered peanut butter cups, although they oddly do not contain any chocolate, even without the addition of chocolate. These colorful candies have been a massive hit with candy lovers since their inception and continue to give peanut butter fanatics the taste that they crave. Hubba Bubba Bubblegum. Even though Hubba Bubba Bubblegum has been an American classic for quite some time, it comes from humble beginnings. The gum itself doesn't deviate too far from other types of gum, but the uniqueness comes in its flavor. The secret to Hubba Bubba Gum's unique flavor is in the resin, a thick liquid produced by the inkberry tree. The resin is boiled down into syrup, which is then mixed with sugar and other flavors to make the chewy, bubblegum flavored treat. Today, Hubba Bubba is one of the most popular candies in the United States. The Wrigley Company, a division of Mars Incorporated, produces Hubba Bubba gum and sells quite a bit of it. The bubble gum acquired its name from the phrase Hubba Hubba, which was first used by some military men during World War II as a term of approval. It was first introduced in the United States in 1979, when disco ruled the airwaves. The key marketing ploy for Hubba Bubba is that it's easier to peel off the lips when a bubble bursts, since it's less sticky than other types of gum, which seems like quite a strange marketing angle if you think about it.
Most amazing and sensational gum in the whole universe.
When Hubba Bubba was initially introduced, the gum was only available in one flavor, now known as Original. But new flavors have since been developed and produced. Even though Hubba Bubba is now offered in a variety of flavors, the Original still reigns supreme in the mouths of bubblegum aficionados. Canned cheese.
Made with 12% real cheese.
Canned cheese is one of the most basic, yet delicious, highly produced foods that you can find in any grocery store. It's a great option for when you're in a bind, lack time to make something from scratch, or just want something quick and convenient to make a snack. While it may not be the healthiest option, canned cheese is a great way to add some protein and calcium to your diet, without spending a bunch of time in the kitchen. Easy cheese is the most popular processed squeezed cheese, also known as spray cheese, cheese fizz, or simply cheese in a can. Easy cheese comes in a metal container with a plastic covering that's topped with a straight, flexible nozzle through which the cheese is extruded. From 1965 through 1984, the product was made by Nabisco and sold throughout the United States. Advertisements frequently featured the orange product with flowing peaks on a variety of foods, even if it's now seen as something more low quality. Ding dongs. Hostess Brands produces and distributes a cream-filled chocolate cake in the United States known as a ding dong. The cakes were originally known as Big Wheels in several US markets before universally going by the name Ding Dong. With the exception of a brief interval in 2013, the Ding Dong has been made since 1967 and has been a popular cake for many children and sweet lovers alike. It has a spherical form with a flat top and bottom, is about 3 inches in diameter, and stands slightly higher than an inch. Its design is about the same as a hockey puck in form and size. A white creamy filling is injected into the middle, and the cake is covered with a thin layer of chocolate glaze. The Ding Dong was initially covered in a piece of thin aluminum foil to keep the chocolate glaze from melting while being packed in lunches, but is now housed in simple plastic packaging. The Ding Dong is comparable to other cream-filled cakes developed before 1934, but was improved upon Hostess and successfully mass-marketed. In 1967, Hostess began promoting their Ding Dong. The name was chosen to correspond with a television commercial that included a ringing bell.
Hostess Twinkies, cakes, and Ding Dong.
On November 16, 2012, Hostess went out of business, halting all production. Private equity companies bought the Hostess name and assets. In June 2013, the new Hostess brands reopened a Kansas product facility and announced that Ding Dong manufacturing would start on July 15, 2013. Snack lovers around the world can rejoice because the beloved Ding Dong seems like it's here to stay. Hunt's Snack Pack Chocolate Pudding.
I found the chocolate pudding!
There's nothing more exciting as a kid than opening your packaged lunch and finding a chocolate pudding cup. In some ways, these delectable, tiny pudding cups embody the progression of packaged cuisine. Making pudding from scratch, for example, used to entail a ton of effort and time spent over a hot stove. Then there was box cook and serve pudding mix. Eventually, pre-made pudding mixes were invented, which did not require any cooking at all and were much more convenient.
What's pudding?
The progression continued to where there were enormous cans of pudding on shop shelves, then little cans of pudding like the ones sold by Hunt's, and eventually single plastic pudding cups. Of course, these delicious and simple pudding cups were originally designed to be for kids, but we all know that adults enjoy the taste of convenience of those on-the-go sweets as well. It would be hard to find an American who hasn't had a chocolate pudding cup at one time or another. Koogle Peanut Butter Spread.
Every jar of peanut butter has this same symbol on it.
Kraft introduced Koogle, a flavored peanut butter spread in the United States in 1971. Chocolate, cinnamon, banana, and vanilla were among the 4 flavors that enhanced this sweetened peanut butter. It had a distinct and silky feel that didn't get stuck on your teeth, probably due to a high oil content.
You got oil?
Sadly, despite the fact that many people today have fond memories of Koogle from their youth, this product did not sell well. It was discontinued in the middle of the 1970s and remains so to this day.
Conspiracy.
Stay for more and tap or click another great video. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to join our notification squad.